Hi guys, it's me, just Machine again. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to get to this topic. But I wanted to make sure that it was kosher, copacetic, and I was understanding it right. Because I know that the internet has a tendency to make up shit as it goes along to enrage people to get a rise out of them. But unfortunately, I found out that that's just true. And the topic at hand is that the Late Show with Colbert will be cancelled next year in May by the parent company CBS. Now, they claim that the reason for that is for financial reasons. Yeah, financial reasons, my ass. I could see through that in a palpitating minute. Because, yeah, the Late Show with Stephen Colbert is the highest rated show on the network, I think. It's certainly the most important, the most funny and topical late night TV show on air right now. It beats Kimmel, it beats Seth Meyers, and it beats Jimmy Fallon shows. So I would say that pretty good. The other shows are pretty good too. I love Kimmel. I know him since back in the 90s when he did the show, The Man Show with Adam Carolla. After they left the show, went downhill, big time. But I know the other guys from a long time ago too. and even the Late Show was a family favorite of my family for a long time too, with David Letterman. I'm not quite sure who the guy was, if the host was before that Letterman era, but I do remember staying up late with my father to watch the top 10 list at least, and it was wholesome and it was funny. But I definitely enjoyed Colbert a lot more because I watched him, I still watch him religiously, and even though my cousins and uncle did go to see him in performance once on the show. Now I'm hoping that I get to see him before he leaves in about 10 months. And let's see here. Yeah, I like the Late Show. I like to watch some of Colbert's guests. Mostly I watch it for like the opening monologue and the meanwhile. Even though I will admit, some of the meanwhile openings, introductions tend to be a little bit too long. They milked it to the point where it goes from finding it long to being uncomfortably long. It loops right around back to absurd long. Like I do wish you would cut off right there long. And yeah, it was pretty funny. The Son of Silence was still a pretty funny bit too. And yeah. So it was pretty funny. My mother loved him. My dad likes him too. And the other people are fine too. Kimmel was fine too. Although I do find that Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers didn't talk about the same stuff as Colbert and Kimmel. But it seemed to me like they kind of recycled the stuff from Colbert. So yeah. the prime position. He was in the prime position for me. Anyway, he actually was nominated for an Emmy recently, so I don't think it was a matter of ratings or any unpopularity reason. So the fact that Colbert, the late night show with Jim Colbert will be canceled, not a replacement, but canceled, in the realization that that's a true story. Made me kind of die a little inside because he was just so funny, and I wish it wasn't so, but it is. It's true. Now, I said that I didn't believe that it was for financial reasons, as CBS and Paramount say it is, but like I said, I don't believe that for 1 second, because the truth of the matter is that Steven's got pulls, and so does his writing team, producers, and joke writers, and stuff like that. They have chutzpah, as some people would say, and he's got an air about him that he gives the news, but he's not really a stuffy news reporter, if you know what I mean. He delivers the news in a more entertaining way, especially because he talked about our favorite president, Donald J. Trump. But it's also important to know that he just doesn't rag on Trump all the time. He also rags on Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and other politicians too. So it's not just, I hate Trump, let's kill Trump, let's do this to Trump, let's torture him and do all that stuff. He also rags on the others too. Granted, he rags on Trump a little more, he annoys him more, and he was even happy to see that CBS fired him. If that's a big deal about firing people. But that's not the whole story about it. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but okay, this is what I gather out of it mostly. CBS, the daughter company of CBS, Paramount, wanted to merge with something called Skynet, something similar to Skynet, like another media thing, another big one. So they wanted to merge together, and there was a let's see what was now they wanted to merge. And to do so, they needed permission or guidance from the FCC, the Federal Communications Committee. And who's in charge of that? Well, the president, of course. And who happened to be the president? Well, the comic favorite waving boy at the moment, Donald J. Trump. So, what does CBS do? Well, there was a beef with Trump and 60 Minutes, one of their other prime programming shows, and I forgot what the beef was, but he didn't like one particular thing. So he sued them for X amount of money. I think it was something like $60 million. That sounds about right. I could be wrong on that. Probably am. But, I think the documentary may have been something about Melania. Something he didn't like too much about the documentary. In any case, they settled for $16 million, and they gave it to him, and he won that. So Colbert, pretty accurately, I might add, said that was a bribe for Trump to give permission for this merger between Paramount and Sky Daddy or something like that. Whatever that music program was, that platform was. So that's kind of what that was. So to appease the Orange Hitler more, what they did was they said, okay, listen, we'll sweeten the deal a little bit better for you. We'll get rid of your prime target, Stephen Colbert, because we all know how much we hate him, and we can't outright fire him, so we'll just get rid of his show, for financial reasons and whatnot. So in terms of, it would be better if this had been on my birthday that he did this. So they made the announcement. Colbert made the announcement on his show, and it went with like boo, hiss, all this other stuff. So yeah, I'm one of the people who's like Steven. So I love that guy. In fact, he played one of my favorite presidents in the movie Monsters vs. Aliens, which I would like to get him to sign my copy of that movie. But yeah, this is the instant era. Now, I know that it's not good to talk bad about your bosses, especially on national TV and stuff. Especially big networks like CBS, Paramount, ABC, NBC, and the like that. But you gotta call orange an orange, call an apple. This is very clearly bribed to Donald Trump to get into allow for this merger, whatever it was. So Stephen was in the right to say that. And, it infringes upon his freedom of speech by making that comment. However, you shouldn't speak badly about your bosses, because that could lead you into trouble. Bad trouble. And the thing is that I have my own personal experience with this, because I told somebody about the bullying problem in my own school, even though they would rather not have been. But they did say to me, if you see something, say something. So I did. Not that I got canned from I got blacklisted from substituting at my school. So I haven't been working there for so many years because of that. Because they don't want people to know that they have a bullying issue. They're the one that bullied me. But whatever, that's all in the past. Now, I don't think that, this is a lot bigger than one person, than Stephen Colbert, saying what he did on TV. As bad as it was, because this also infringes upon our freedom of speech, our freedom of expression. If we say something bad about Donald Trump or whoever the next president is, if there is the next president, then we could be in trouble about by them not liking it, and then them making it very hard for us to get a job uh, or meet people or get married. They could really mess up our medical records or financial records or behavior records, and they could make a bunch of shit. They could make it. They could put on a time list. They could put us on a short list to get sent to Alcatraz or a bunch of other deportation type things. Which none of America is going on with this whole with the economy and stuff. I don't mind being deported at all in that case. But besides that, infringes upon us that we have to appear dear leader, otherwise we might get bad reputations for being upstarts and stuff. Now that goes a lot bigger than one person. I want to see that with Colbert's fault, the same way he did on TV about Trump or any other political leader. That's up to you. That's fine. But then, the fact that they're going to cancel the entire show altogether outright is wrong too, because the show is a lot bigger than one person. That the band, that all the production staff, the makeup artists, there's the designers, the computer people that work behind the scenes and all that. So a lot of that stuff has to be taken into consideration too. So if Colbert is let go and the entire show is canceled, that's like a good 100 or so jobs besides Colbert that will be affected by it. A lot of those people will be out of work. And I'm sure that probably more than like 95% possibility that Colbert will either be picked up by another network or he'll be or do like a podcast like himself, like I do, like videos and stuff like that. If it works for John Stewart, they can do it. But let me make a prediction or two here. I'm gonna say that on the last day that Colbert does his late show, there's gonna be a massive amount of support from all the other late night hosts, Jimmy Kimmel, Fallon, Seth Meyers, etc. And there'd be a huge rate increase for that one day. Then when he gets let go, unfortunately, the ratings and the popularity of CBS and Paramount and all the other big connected to there are going to drop like a rock. Because there's just so much popularity for that show and that person. Because I really don't give a crap about the Super Bowl. If I want to watch the Super Bowl or any other program, I just watch it, on ABC or NBC or any of the other channels. So, but CBS is really no big deal for me. So if that goes out the window, I'm not going to cry over it. So, yeah. So, all the ratings and the other shows will tank because of that. Because this isn't going to be so unpopular that it'll leak into the other programming shows. Which is bad for them, but I don't make the decisions here. They do, and they need a really bad one. And they did it for a really stupid reason too. They took away Colbert's freedom of speech, which could it's a private little business. I guess you can do that, but we don't have to take it. You know, us as viewers, we like when people can say and do pretty much whatever they want on TV, and they are they are taken off the air for any reason. We have the power not to watch the other programming, so that they're going to be they're going to be negatively affected by that a lot. And Trump is happy that they're going to be that Colbert going to be out of the picture soon. He's fired, like the dude like to fire people because he couldn't do it himself. But then he turns his attention to Jimmy Kimmel, another guy he doesn't like too much, ABC. And they've already had like a little tit-a-tat with ABC too, and Jimmy won that one. But to see that Kimmel might be next is a very big deal because you know, he's a popular comedian and stuff like that. So Trump is systematically taking all the fun and joy out of America. Starting with education, the economy, with everything else. Pretty soon you'll see billboards like in the movie They Live, where they said, don't question authority, obey, consume, you know, get married, multiply, you know, that kind of thing. You know, there's no more fun in America. And Trump is systematically taking that away. You know, our liberty, our free speech is making people disappear. You know, people that are protected by the law, U.S. citizens and whatnot. So, whenever Trump puts a target on you, you know, that's it. If you're next in his political hitman jobs, but talk about political witch hunt. You know, wherever he says go, and he says go next, buddy. And that again starts well. And I do believe that was a political witch hunt. And that was not playing around, not kicking around, that was a political hit job. Which we did to Colbert. A much more stable and better candidate for the presidency than Trump will ever be. That in fact there was a case that he was in the Epstein files and this and that and this, which I do believe that Trump is a pedophile. After all, he did say that he would date his own daughter if she was his daughter, which made Howard Stern cringe. Now you gotta be pretty disgusting to make that man say, "No, I don't want you on my show anymore. Go away." Let's see here. Whoever does become Colbert at the end of May will be in for a ringing boom because Colbert and his crew are basically ratings go by. It's just so funny. And I love the way Trump says, you know, why don't you put this guy in there? Why don't you put that guy in there? There's nobody is as funny as Colbert, especially the conservative right-wing people that Trump likes. You know, I can imagine him saying, "Why don't you put Charlie Cook in there? Why don't you put Tucker Carlson when he was done good graces? Why don't you put my pillow guy in there?" those guys aren't as good as Colbert. Colbert was funny, he was animated, he engaged with people that was pretty funny and pretty good and pretty unique. CBS, they definitely botched that big time. And they made a pathetic excuse for it too. And the programming and the ratings go down the drain because of that. Let's see. Well, yeah, but I hope that Comedy Central comes up with more interesting content for him, because there was the Colbert Report, of which I never, unfortunately, never saw, but hopefully it'll come back. And yeah. Let's see. I would look forward to seeing him because it was such a gem on TV. It's a long hard day of nothing bad news from America, about the economy, about Trump's bullshit parade, about his and I want to be the king, I want to be the center of attention type of deal, which is all well good if you're a good leader. Trump is not that. Trump, everything that Trump touches, turn that stuff, poop, shit, crap, dung, whatever you want to call it, unhappiness and gloom. Not even loud poop, but the gloom of the I remember a long time ago, he tried to do the same thing to SNL. But he didn't like that Alec Baldwin was making fun of Love Threat Sideways. And he tried to sue SNL for whatever amount of money he tried to do. And they didn't take that. They didn't take it. Because they knew that it was a frivolous lawsuit and Trump just wanted attention. So yeah, I don't like it whatsoever. I am happy that outgoing still powers through it, and I'm glad that the people at NBC have more balls and more of a spine than people at CBS. And I'm glad to announce that it will not be watching any other programming except for maybe Twist and Metal. That's a big maybe. Season 2 from that network anymore. I do not like CSI anything anymore. I do not like any of the sports stuff they have on there. I don't like any other thing than they, especially now that I see how they treat their people that talk ill of them. And I hope that Colbert in the future talks about Trump even more now. And he makes fun of him to no end, because now he got nothing to lose except his livelihood, his family and stuff. But Trump can't do that. Trump can't threaten people like that. Not in America. So I like to think. But there's always the possibility that Trump could do that. Because, when it comes to Donald Trump, it's like, it's against the law. So I'm going to do it anyway. And it's only illegal when someone actually stands up and does something about it. And my dad took me to no more joke. You haven't heard the last one of Stephen Colbert? I hope that's true. You know, we're probably laughing at us all because he won. He's taking a victory lap against him because he get rid of Stephen Colbert for now. Or in 10 months, I should say. But he'll be back. Yeah, we'll come back longer than they were beforehand. And with this song, too, CBS will definitely be missing those views and those ratings. Let's see here. Well, if it happened to Colbert, a very popular person on TV, such Who's Next will be Jimmy Kimmel, will be Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, or anybody else who talk bad about the president. I'll say one thing, I don't care what happens. I don't care who says to stop doing it. I will not stop talking ill about the president. I do not wish him any harm to come to him, but I will. But when he does bad, I will say, you know, the guy sucks. The guy sucks hard. You know, if he does something good in policy, yeah, I doubt it. But if he does something good in policy, or if he does something good in foreign affairs, I'll say, you know, done good, Donald. You did good. But I doubt it very much for doing good in foreign affairs. Now, to him, foreign affairs might mean that they sleep with another woman of age. Or like, but if he said that, and if he does something good, also he does good. But all of it's been bad so far. The Alcatraz was garbage. Anything this man does is either harmful or threatened to be harmful. So, yeah, I don't like him anymore. Any at all. And then you got people that probably cheer on the fact that Colbert is cancelled or taken off the air. They don't like it when cancel culture affects them, but when it's a damn liberal, even though they don't watch the show, they're like, ooh, we got one, another one by the dust. And, you know, that's very sad for them. But, yeah. I realized enough about all this, and as you can tell, I don't like it one bit that it was a political hit job on Stephen Colbert and the Late Show for talking all about President Trump, and yes, definitely did do all that, try to bribe Trump and sweeten the deal. So yeah, the idea about all this to appease Trump, get big giant shit stain on in my book for CBS. I don't give a shit about anything else except maybe twist the middle. That's about it. They can all the people at CBS, all the big wigs and stuff, they can kiss my free butt and make it double. Yeah. I said my piece about that. I mean, it sucks. And I don't like the canceling of the late night show with Stephen Colbert. If you don't like the one guy, get your replacement. But this is like a national institution that they getting rid of. It's like a TV staple for many decades. But cross-generational type TV show, this is getting rid of all because of some political mumbo jumbo. Anyway, if you like what you see here and want to see more of my videos, do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also call me or text me at my cell phone number at 631-707-3707. For any type of input on my future things, future videos, and other stuff you want to get being known. You can also follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer, at PNelsonPro. And my email account is jjviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, I did some poop symbol already, and I salute all you guys who support the Colbert Show. Well, I just did that at the late night show with Stephen Colbert, as well as the band members, the makeup artists, the production team, the screenwriters, the makeup people, and anybody else that may miss, the set designers, all the other animal, I'm sure they got like animal trainers and probably people that arrange like guests and stuff on there. So you did a wonderful, great job in providing a very nice, safe space for people just to laugh and enjoy themselves and get entertained about the news cycle. To have a lot better some of the depressing news coverage that we have about war and about this and that, and from failure of the president and as a human being too. And you know what? Yeah, he felt all the above. There's not one thing that he does great, except failure. He does that pretty damn well. But I don't wish him harm. I don't wish anything bad to happen to him. I just want out of the office and possibly impeached and put in prison. That's my ultimate wish this year. So Santa, please keep in mind what you wish this year. And a poem too. I want my poem. So best of you, Stephen Colbert, and let me give you a laugh. Stephen, you're a god in my mind. I call me legend. And I love you. As a surrogate TV father. I'm sure I'm probably make another video about this on the last time that he could perform in the late show. So, sayonara, Venison, bye-bye, ciao, all you girls and guys in internet land. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.